Good morning, Chem AP students. Are you ready for one final lab? Mr. Moore has a Kleenex. He's blotting tears from his eyes.
It's a sad day.
It's a sad day. Are those tears of joy or sadness, Mr. Moore?
Well, I'm going to miss my gang.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So what we have is one final titration lab, and who could resist titrating a weak acid? Especially since the wimps at the College Board threw all this out of the AP test, and we spent so much time on it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Dogs.
so, yep, here's what we've got. We've got some NaOH in our burette, loaded up to the 0 mark.
Yep, it's right there at the top.
Now let's see, what did we say the concentration was for this base, Mr. Moore?
0.15.
0.15.
Malaria, yep. Sodium hydroxide, 0.15 malaria.
Okay, there you go. We have an unknown weak acid. We're going to titrate. Unknown weak acid.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And so, typical setup. I've got my flask, my reaction flask. I've got my weak acid measured out already, 10 milliliters exactly of my weak acid. And we have our phenolphthalein. Now, I rinsed this flask out, Mr. Moore. There's still some water in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just run it. It's not our grades.
It's not my grade. That's always my thought. I'll just add the acid to that water and we'll see what happens. A couple drops of phenolphthalein. Okay, you ready? Here we go. We're going to start titrating this thing.
I'm impressed that you remembered your phenolphthalein. Our students, maybe half of them would remember.
Yeah, exactly. Well, par for the course. Okay, so we had already run one fast and sloppy trial here. And what did we say, Mr. Moore? We used about 6 milliliters or something?
Well, it was about 7, so we thought around 6 we should slow down.
Okay, boy, I'm having trouble seeing the graduation on this burette. Okay.
Students, are you going to miss titrating?
You know you will. Okay, seems like that pink's hanging around a little while. I'm going to try to go a little bit slower here. Okay, I think we caught it.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see what our volume is. Can we read it?
So just over 7?
Yeah. It looks to me like 7 point. Oh no, lights turned. 1 second.
Lights turned off in the room. Can I switch sides with you so we can see the lines?
7.20
That's fine. 7.20.
7.20. Should be right reading. And now we're also going to get you the pH of our weak acid. Okay, so we pulled out and calibrated a pH meter. Let me swirl it good to get the, I should have probably rinsed the electrode off and I didn't do that.
.62.
There you go.
So we can find a concentration of the acid from that. What else we want to find?
So we have 2 things here. So what you're going to want is a data table. It won't be very big, but give us a data table. You're going to calculate the concentration of this unknown acid. And you're also going to calculate the Ka value for this acid. There's your goals. Now, there's also an error prompt. Who could leave out an error prompt, right? So the error prompt is this. You remember when we started titrating, there was some water in the flask that I was too lazy to dump out. Explain the effect of that water on your concentration calculation for that weak acid. Does the water in the flask at the start influence at all your concentration value? And if so, too high, too low, whatever. Last error prompt. Okay, 4 things: data table, calculations, give us the concentration, the Ka value
Yep.
of in your calculations, and then answer the error.
Your prompt. All right.
All right.
Well done, Mr. Hevel.
Thanks, Drew. See ya.